Okay, to the Honorable Conference Committee and participant, warm record. Introduce, my name is Bambang Aripriyamboto. I am with two researchers, namely Margono and Rizky Ilmayakin. I will present our research entitled Improve Hardness and Microstructure on S45C by Annealing and Peening process. The industrial world is currently multiplying the need of materials. S45C as steel is increasing, which is used to manufacture machine components. Effort to improve the mechanical properties of steel can use heat treatment and surface treatment. One of the surface treatment that is often used in the industrial world is peening. This study aims to determine the effect of annealing and peening on S45C on hardness and microstructure. And then the processes of making specimen is carried out by cutting with a cutting grinder and continuing the machining process to smooth it so that the carbon steel is ready to be treated with dimension of 25 millimeter diameter and 30 millimeter of thickness. The surface is set to temperature of 900 Celsius by being held at the temperature for 15 minutes, cooling in the annealing surface for about 24 hours. After that, the specimen was taken from the heating furnace. The peening treatment process will carry out of 20 minutes. Of this parameter is the optimum distance that has been tested. Where the type of peening granule is S230 steel balls with a steel ball diameter of 0.85 millimeter used. The peening treatment process is carried out with process variation of 4, 5, 6, and 7 bar. And then hardness because testing used to test hardness, surface hardness. And then the surface hardness test we carried out using the ISTM E92 standard with a load of 9.8 Newton. And then the microstructure testing was carried out to determine on the microstructure of specimen. And then microstructure testing specimen were cut transferally, and then the specimen were masked, then given autosol and cleaned with a cloth until the surface was clean and without scratch. The etching process was carried out according to ISTM E407 standard with nitrile solution. This one, the result of surface hardness testing on S45C carbon steel using the microstructure hardness method. And the anti without treatment or non-treatment, and AN is annealing. AS4 is peening, 4 bar. AS5 is short pinning 5 bar, and then 6 bar and 7 bar. Based on result of surface hardness testing, there is a change on the hardness value for each additional pressure. The highest hardness value at 7 bar short pinning pressure is about 285.5 hardness Vickers number. The hardness value shows that there is an increased hardness of 1.58% from the annealing hardness alone. The increase in hardness in S45C carbon steel is due to the high dislocation density in the microstructure in the sublayer of the short pinning surface. Can be used in figure of microstructural specimen. This one is a surface short pinning process. The effect residual stress is due to the impact of the short pinning steel bar on the surface of the materials. The longer the impact of the short pinning steel bar, the deeper it gets, the residual stress that will act on the surface to the subsurface will be lower as the distance from the convolution surface is greater. The dislocation of the structure on the short pinning surface itself caused by the pollution of steel bar. The steel bar from the short pinning process result is in a plastic dislocation, which is increase the dislocation on the surface. More and more dislocation are formed result in the formation of interaction between the other nearby dislocation. This dislocation interaction makes the dislocation density higher. The highest density of the dislocation is at the grain boundaries of the materials. The phenomenon makes the grain on surface and areas near surface smoother and inhibits dislocation. The final grain on the surface and subsurface, due to the short pinning process, this phenomenon causes the effect of strength hardening on the material with short pinning treatment. And then conclusion, based on the analysis discussion that has been done, it can be concluded that there is an effect of hardness values and changes in microstructure on S45C from the effect of annealing and short pinning treatments. The highest hardness is at a short pinning pressure of 7 bar with a time of 20 minutes at 285.5 hardness Vickers. The short pinning treatment causes the grains to be finer from the surface to the substrate, depending on the distance from the surface to the tip of the surface. That's all for information for me. Thank you for attention.